I said, fuck. What a day, a year, a life it is. Yeah.
Oh, YouTube. Hi guys, TZ3, the Apple Vision Pro. This just came up on my feed today. I know I'm late to the party, but as I talk on the theme of distraction, focus, and productivity, it's terrifying, but it's also exciting at the same time. This is a living paradox. Now, this is just my perspective, how I'm feeling, sharing my thoughts. Do not take this as gospel. You make up your own mind and let's discuss later in the comments. So if you've seen the advert, I just watched the Apple advert today. There is a very strange correlation between this advert and Black Mirror. Comical future predictions of humanity, and you got this funny music in the background, and you got a woman moving in like a time warp back on a chair because she's so blown away by the capabilities of this device. And it gets you thinking, what is Apple's real intention behind this? Are they just trying to make a mockery of us, the consumer? Or are they really trying to grow humanity in the long term and help us experience a better life? What are the future implications of this? Maybe I'm being a pessimist, but it's an interesting debate to have. You know, and look, this was inevitable. We've seen VR headsets, you know, they've been around for ages, since the ones you could put your phone in, and then we had HTC and the Oculus now. But this seems different. This seems like a turning point in the growth of technology. Not just because it's made by Apple, pretty much the leading creator of our technology, but because of the amount of eyeballs that they have got on it. The advert has 17 million views in a week. Combine that with all the other videos on it, all the reviews. They're sending out to the biggest influencers who are promoting it, Marcus Brownlee, Casey Neistat. How is that going to influence the public perception? You know, of course our concerns are of distraction. You know, we have kids smoking vapes at 5 years old. We have teenagers on their smartphones for 90% of the day. And now we're introducing a ridiculously high-tech, engaging, addictive headset device that can potentially change how you perceive life and interact with reality itself. You know, it all plays on our senses. You can see more, you can do more, you can be more. That is ultimately the message in the marketing. There is no denying this is insanely cool technology. Humans 100 years ago would never believe this possible. Humans 10 years ago might not have believed this possible. But how smooth it is at the early stages is quite insane. You know, potential positives of this, of course, there are positives. More productivity, reduced loneliness potentially between families, likely rich families, because who's going to afford it? It's $4,000. But, you know, interacting with people in a more natural way when you're not next to them. For me, the most interesting use case might be to travel the world and to experience different places and cultures that you might not be able to in your limited life on Earth. You know, we're always trying to think, how can we live a better life? And a lot of people will look at this and say, wow, that can give me a new life. That can give me a whole new way to see the world without having to get up and go. But is that really what we want? The paradox of technology obviously being it could be our savior or it could be our downfall. And this feels like the epitome of that at the moment. Right, let's get on to the negatives. TZ3, the pessimist, is going to list them now. Of course, you know, we start with distraction. You know, how is it now that we are distracted by our mobile phones, content, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram? But now, now you can have it right here at the click of a finger, and not just at home, anywhere, without taking a device out of your pocket, without unlocking your phone. You can probably do it while walking. I know Apple are against that, but people will be hacking this so they can watch TikToks as they're walking to meet their friend. They can watch TikToks as they're buying a sandwich. That's mad. And the other person wouldn't even know what you're watching, apart from the fact that you have massive goggles on your head and you look like you're going skiing. And then we have consumerism. You know, Apple, These big companies, the marketing is so good, the products are so good, they become irresistible, just like a donut, just like a piece of candy. Therefore, this is consumerism at its worst. People will be saving, they will be spending their life savings on this product, thinking it will change their whole world because how good the marketing and the product is. And then they're left with nothing but mental health issues, personality disorder, anxiety. Of course, these are all potential because this, on a large scale, is untested, right? You know, but ultimately this is blurring the lines between reality and a new reality, virtual reality, whatever you want to call it. You know, where is the line now? When do you take the headset off? Why would you take it off? Everything you have is within here. Why wouldn't you stay plugged in forever? You know, which leads us on to the real motive. Why do we need this? Why did Apple have such a desire to create this to be as good as possible? And of course, this is version 1. There's no doubt that they will try to make it as good as possible, as small as possible, light as possible, as convenient as possible, and then the other players in the marketplace will follow suit. You know, I don't really like to talk about current events, politics, whatever, but this just really caught my eye, and it just feels like a metaphor for the future. And I don't have a clue where we're going. But look, we have to talk about it. They promote that it could increase connection, but like we've seen from phones, ultimately it's just reduced connection between people. People are scrolling content that is easy to consume rather than having harder conversations with people they know, friends, acquaintances, whatever. So why would this change that? It's just a device that's more easy to use, more accessible. So the connection issue could get worse between people, between humanity. And then when that gets worse, conflict goes up, mental health gets worse, personality disorders, anxiety, because people don't feel in control. And why would they be in control when this is not in their control? This is in control of the corporation, which can send whatever they want, and they will find ways to do that. You know, every piece of content you consume affects your mind. Every advert affects you. And now they'll have control over that. You know, this is, if it is rolled out on a mass scale and eventually becomes affordable for everyone, you know, Black Mirror will become a reality and we will be plugged in. But look, of course, this is all untested. It's very early stages. You know, this channel is about productivity, becoming a better person, business. So how does this affect our focus going forward? Is this marketing plan, this ploy, this product, these amazing things, are they just a distraction to take us away from being our best self, to take us away from winning our own life, winning the day? Is it just a distraction? Because I've spent an hour researching this already. That's an hour I'll never get back. You know, and now we get on to where does it go from here? The smartphone 10 years ago was a fraction of what it is today. No one thought the smartphone would be as widely adopted as it is 20 years ago. And now we all have one or two on us at all times. Now you've got VR and AI coming through. Could this be the new thing that is on us at all times, that we wear at all times, that we communicate through, that we consume through? What does that world look like? You know, and when we fully adopted that, then what? What's next? It's infinite, right? Because we've already seen the progress of technology, and we don't believe, us little ones at the bottom, we don't believe what's possible until something new comes out. And then we start to think, oh, and by the time we realize it's fucking us up, guess what? It's too late. You know, this is the paradox of technology. Like I said, the future is equally terrifying and exciting at the same time. I guess whichever side you choose to sit on is how your reality will unfold, ultimately. And, you know, stay in control where you can, but this is co-creation. We're not in control of all of it. It's them and it's us, and we'll probably meet in the middle somewhere. And, you know, this area, of course, is unregulated. You know, how is law going to control how this affects people? They're going to be behind, just like they were behind with AI and, you know, Facebook ads and social media. Law is always catching up to technology. So how this could affect us long term is unlimited. But look, maybe I'm just being a pessimist. Maybe this is my childhood trauma projecting onto the Apple Vision Pro. But in a world of distraction and craziness, it could go both ways. So look, I'm open for debate. This whole subject is open for debate. Let me know in the comments what you think the future of reality will be with VR and everything. It's very interesting. Right, TZ3. I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Going back into the virtual world. Oh.